You guys been watching Fox News and CNN and seeing all the fun with the elections and everything that's going on? Nothing compared to MGM's Emperor of Ocean Park. I'm telling you now, you can't even define between the two. What's going on over here? What's going on over here? Grantham, Pollyanna, thank you for joining us on Morning Blend. Pollyanna, talk about your character in Emperor of Ocean Park.
So I play Kimmer Madison Garland, spouse to Talcott Garland. She is about to be nominated to a federal judiciary, and finds herself in the tough situation of being on the path of her dreams starting to come true and having to support her husband who is dealing with the death of his father. And not any old dad, but like a pillar in his life. So there's a lot for Kimmer to be managing, as far as her own dreams, her own expectations, her familial responsibilities, and also, as Talcott starts to venture a little bit down the path of conspiracy, trying to figure out whether or not the judge died of natural causes. This also adds a little wrinkle in the vetting for her federal judiciary. So it's causing a lot of issues.
I told you, CNN and Fox, you can't tell the difference. Grantham, talk about your character and how you're handling the death of your dad.
Uh, I think for Tal, it's a family of grief. He lost a sibling at a young age, a mother, and now the father figure that he's kind of always been in the shadow of and stepped through his footprints on a road to his own career in the law. I think it's very hard and challenging, especially when he doesn't know how he feels about his father. Because as the story progresses, he starts learning all these things of maybe scandal and skeletons coming out of closets that make him reframe the way he thinks about his father. And while that's happening, he's learning things about his wife that might make him reframe the way he thinks about her. And all of this kind of combines as the story goes along to make him rethink about who he is and maybe change from this mild young professor to maybe a person that goes out and does something about it.
Why does that sound like real life? I mean, seriously, it sounds like real life. What did you two think about the script when you read it, Paulina?
Oh, I would say for me, it excited me, because you know that it's based off of a book, and when you read the book, it's told in first person. So the entire story is told through the perspective of Tal, and it's everything is flavored with how Tal sees things, how Tal feels things, and how Tal interprets things, including who Kimmer is as a person. So when I read the scripts and got to see how Kimmer behaves, how Kimmer makes decisions, what Kimmer decides to do, and what she chooses are all on her own terms. It was really exciting for me as an actor to be able to dive into this character and discover this character anew.
Graham?
Um, you call me Graham. That's my brother's name, actually, in real life. Yeah.
Grantham, yeah.
Yeah. So you
It's the open shirts distracting me. That's what.
when I uh when I read the scripts, like you said, like the book was there, so that was the jumping off point. But the truth is the stories are different. Like the scripts definitely go on their own path in their own way. And I was initially terrified because I was like, oh wow, you're watching this world through my eyes, through the eyes of Tao. And how can I make sure as an actor and as a human being that I'm bringing enough truth to this person that you don't perceive them as someone you automatically hate or someone you automatically don't like root for because you're spending so much time going through the story through this person's eyes. So that I really took on the challenge of how can I be as honest and truthful as possible without jumping ahead, without making Tao anybody that jumps ahead or draws conclusions, and get really giving the audience and him the time to try and process and take in each piece of evidence before they form a conclusion about like what they're going to go do.
You know, I love the way you're saying that because I got a chance to talk to Damien, and I like the way he brings you guys in. And it's not the whole big picture. He deals with one step at a time. I like the way he does that, and I like the way he handles you guys. I've been speaking with Grantham Coleman and Paulina Lewell. They're both in this great show, Emperor of Ocean Park, not CNN and Fox, but Emperor of Ocean Park on MGM's Plus. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Morning Blend. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.